Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Simone here, and today in this video we're trying a completely different wig. This wig is from Myqualityhair. So I've never actually worked with them before, but I'm so excited because I know a lot of people like the textured hair wig videos that I've been doing. So whether it's super coily, super curly. Today in this video, this wig that I actually have on has a mixture of different curls. Now, I'm not familiar with different hair types, but I do know how to kind of differentiate like certain hair types. But like if you were to ask me what's mine, I don't know. I just call it heat damage, my real hair. So this wig actually does mimic real natural hair. So it's a combination of 3C, 4A, and 4B curls. So if you look up close, you can actually see that it does actually look like real curls. When I did wet it and comb it out with like my comb, you can see that it does spring back up like natural curls. Now, if you're not a fan of lace or anything like that, because this is a full lace wig, well, this is a lace frontal wig, what you can easily do is if your curl pattern matches this curl, I would say leave out some of your hair in the front and make it work, honey, because it looks so good. Though the hair is really soft, it's curly hair, it's gonna tangle. Like if it didn't tangle, that'd be weird, but it does tangle towards the end. So once you brush it out with some water and a good like curling cream or a curling product, I do have a coupon code for those who are interested in trying this wig and possibly buying it for yourself. It is SIMONE10 and it's 10% off of all orders over $99. And the reason why they actually mixed all three curl patterns is so that it would look as realistic as possible, which I do see and it does look really good. So I would say definitely it. They do have a clear lace that they did want me to show you guys. Now, I'm gonna say the lace, to me, I had to color with foundation just to make it match my skin because it was way too light than what I would prefer for a lace. But once I did like glue it down and I did add a little bit of my own foundation, it did basically match my skin color and it looks a little more natural. You will have to use baby hairs. I'm gonna say if you don't like baby hairs, there's ways you can get around it, but I didn't really exaggerate the baby hair. I kept it very natural and just, you know. The reason why they didn't actually do clear lace is because it's a little bit more fragile and it will rip. The material is not as good, so it's not going to actually like stay put, or it's not much longevity in a clear lace. So that's why they kind of did their own version of a clear lace. I didn't have to bleach the knots, but I did put my own like foundation powder underneath the wig, which I always actually do, unless it really is bleached to perfection. But I didn't have to actually bleach the knots, so that helped. Okay, I will say I did show you guys a couple of hairstyles in this video so that you guys can see what the options are. And the wig was basically pre-plucked, but I had to pluck it to my liking. I find that if I don't pluck it the way that I like it, I feel like it just looks like a wig to me. So I will always most likely have to re-pluck what's already pre-plucked. You get what I'm saying? Hey y'all, so I had my hair in a ponytail and I went ahead and just pinned the ponytail up so that my wig could still lay nice and flat. Now, the benefit of having curly hair is if you do have a lot of hair or just really long hair, if you do put your hair in a low ponytail, you might have a slight hump. With curly hair, you kind of can't tell. Just make sure your ponytail is very, very low. So the glue that I'm using is actually from another wig company. It's from My First Wig, and I just started using it, and it works really well. It kind of seems like a similar formula to the Ghost Bond glue, which is probably the only glue that actually works for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install my wig. I didn't feel the need to have to slow this process down or explain it in depth because I have several videos of me explaining how to, apply your wig with glue. To ensure that my wig was nice and secure to my head, I did tie it down with this scarf and then kept it on there for about, I would say like 10 minutes just to make sure the glue was nice and pressed into my skin. And then I'm going to be using this tiny little baby scissors to cut my lace. There's no real method to this. It's just because I couldn't find my actual scissors. But I will say I will use this again because it made life so much easier. So the lace just looks so good and it blends in so well. I was actually kind of nervous because it wasn't really matching. Now, I did put my powder foundation underneath the wig. I didn't show that part. So that's part of the reason why it's also already melting. So what I'm doing now is just rolling back the pieces of lace that didn't get to stick down because I didn't put enough glue there. And I'm gonna use the end of my rat tail comb to just strategically place it right underneath the lace. So don't add a lot to this. Less is more when it comes to glue, always. And I spend a lot of time perfecting my hairline because my hairline is the most important. Sometimes if you don't do it right or you just rush this, it can lead to you being a little self-conscious out on the street because you don't know people are looking at your lace. That's if you actually care. If you don't care, then it might be a free-for-all for you. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my, whatever's left on my foundation brush. I'm gonna use this to just color the lace and kind of make it camouflage a little bit so you can't see that it is actually a shade lighter than my actual complexion. So don't douse your brush with foundation, whether it's powder or liquid. Use what's left on there or lightly dab more product onto the brush. I'm actually really loving this song right now that I'm playing. Sidebar. But I was so determined to get this curly afro look, like this curly bang type of look. But I just can't cut myself to cut the hair and then have this short piece of hair in the front of the wig. So I need to watch a couple more videos on how to cut a cute little curly bang. Because I just honestly, yeah, I kind of gave up. It just wasn't, you know, it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to look. So, natural hairline. Let's go straight into this baby hair thing. Now, I didn't want my baby hairs to be dramatic. I feel like this hair is a lot within itself. And so I feel like for a more realistic look or a more natural look, why do we need exaggerated baby hairs for this look? No, let's keep it cute. Okay? So I did use a combination of the Gotta Be Glue gel and some hairspray to keep my baby hairs and kind of mold the hairline and make the hairs go kind of where I wanted it to go versus me using the whole curling the baby hair method or anything like that. I would say this part took me the longest because I am, again, very particular about my hairline. But once we got everything down packed, it looked so good. For this wig, I would recommend you cut your baby hairs very short. Very short. Because they're curly, they kind of have a mind of their own and they keep springing back up, which is why I had to use the Gotta Be Glue gel, which I haven't used that in years. But it did the job and it still looked very natural. For this portion of the video, I really wanted to play around with the wig, try a couple different styles, you know, get comfortable with the wig, show you guys all the endless possibilities of things you could just do with this wig, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of styles. First, I want to reflect on the hairline and how natural it looks. I also want to say my armpits are very much so shaved. It's just, you know, I need to let go of the razor because it is chopping at my armpits, okay? I need to go back to waxing it because they look crazy. But I was trying to figure out what kind of look I wanted to go for. So we went with the classic half a pap down and the cute little pieces in the front. But then I wasn't really feeling the two pieces. So it was giving me antler vibes. So I took one back. And then I used these really cute scrunchies that I recommend. They make life so much easier and it makes the foundation of your ponytail super flat. It's like these little hook looking scrunchies that, hair ties I should say, that just, I'm telling you, it makes life easier. If you have a lot of hair, if you have braids, if you have just a lot of hair in general, use these, please. Life is easier for you. Once I got done, I fluffed it, absolutely loved it. Now I needed to figure out what I was gonna do with the front, so I wet it, and then I used a comb to basically try different curling styles. So you wanna use a lot of water with this piece, and it looks so cute, but then it was so dramatically longer than the rest of the hair. So I trimmed it up a little bit, and then I used the comb to kind of give it like a little coil. That was cute. And then I kind of like curled it around the end of the rat tail comb, and then tried this. that was cute too. Love this look, it's so cute. What do you guys think? Next, I wanted to just wear my hair out and free. I don't know if you guys call it out. Do you wear your hair, when your hair is entirely out, do you call it like I'm leaving my hair out? Is that a Jamaican thing, or is that like a normal, like, does everyone say that? You got a side part here, and then you got a middle part. And then we tried a different variation of the half up, half down by just scooping back a small portion of the front, wetting it with water for styling purposes. Now you can use product too, but with this wig, all you really needed is water, maybe gel, if you really wanted to add some gel into it. And then I'm gonna use this hook tie again, wrap around, and yeah, love this look too. So this is probably my favorite look. I loved this one. I'm so happy I ended it here. But I basically just used some water, scooped out a portion, and we're gonna do basically, like, you know how the girls used to wear in the Bronx, or, you know, kind of still do today, where you smooth down the front left side and the front right side and tie it in a little ponytail in the back. Make sure you take out the baby hairs you want before you finalize this, and then clip that away. Now, I wanna say this hair looks beautiful when it's curly. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. It just looks so beautiful. I loved it. It was just, the curls were springing, they were flinging, they were just looking so natural and good. Put these two into a low ponytail in the back. You wanna make sure it's nice and tight, not too tight, but tight enough. Now with this one, use a regular scrunchie or a rubber band. Begin to fluff out the back of the hair so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, did you leave out enough? Fix any baby hair that you might have, you know, want to make look more perfect. And then I'm going to use foundation, a yellow base foundation, not red tint. And I am going to color the parts so that it pops a little bit more, looks more realistic. Fluff out again, fluff, fluff, fluff. Fluff to your liking. And then trim off any of these little like weird like knots at the end. I was so satisfied. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more baby hairs just to, like, you know, that's kind of cute too. Well, no, it looks weird. Just add a little bit more as I go along. Now, one thing I will say that I loved about this wig is the fact that I didn't actually have to customize the curls. Like, I didn't have to wash the wig. I didn't have to restyle some of the curls. Like, this is literally straight out of the freaking box. Like, this is completely out of the box. The only thing that I really had to, I combed out some of the curls because I wanted you guys to see how it would look if you wanted to restyle and repurpose the wig, which is what I did basically right here. Other than that, this is how the wig looks naturally straight out of the box. Like, I didn't do much. I didn't really change much of the curls or recomb or rebrush or recurl anything. This is literally it. So basically, this is definitely a get up and go wig if you already have it glued down. I wouldn't say it's a get up and go wig for when you just want to get up and go, but you will have to have right here set down so that it looks nice and natural and just not like a big old puff, like a, you know, hair on your head. But yeah, I love this wig. It's super full, but it's super light at the same time, which is kind of like an oxymoron. But it feels really good. It feels light. It doesn't, honestly, this is actually, I love this hair. Like, I like this. I'm not really a fan of usually curly wigs. I find it's really hard to style on myself, like, besides just doing like a middle part or a side part. But I feel like with this wig, I feel very comfortable with. I love it. Looks like real hair, feels like real hair. So you don't have to wet and brush this hair daily. It's supposed to have, like, I'm very curious to know like how second day, third hair, and fourth day hair would look with this type of hair. But I kind of like it being messy. It's very neat right now, but I think like when I combed up the front and I had to pluck it, it looked really good and natural. But But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Everything that you guys need will be down below in the description box. Definitely check it out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.